A new COVID variant, first detected in South Africa, is being closely watched by scientists despite its low rate of infection. The variant, named C.1.2, is being investigated to see if it is able to evade vaccines. Well, Penny Moore is the South African Research Chair of Virus-Host Dynamics at the University of Witwatersrand. I asked her how and when the variant was first discovered.
It was first picked up through routine genomic surveillance in about May of this year in South Africa. We've been tracking it ever since. It's present in about 2 to 3% of infections in South Africa. So important to point out it's at really low levels at this stage. It shares a number of mutations with other variants of concern, and so we have some idea what those mutations might do. But in addition, it has several other mutations that have not yet been seen, not yet been explored experimentally. So we're looking at those at the moment.
And does that explain why the WHO has not categorised it yet or said it's of interest or of concern?
No, the WHO has very defined rules for what constitutes a variant of concern. In part, that is the identification of mutations in the spike region, often that are associated with a known phenotype that is concerning to us. But coupled to that is the spread of a potential variant across a larger area. So either responsible for almost all infections in a given area or detected at relatively high levels across the world. At this stage, given the very low numbers of infections caused by C.1.2, it doesn't meet the criteria for either a variant of concern or a variant of interest.
Delta still the dominant strain then of concern worldwide. Israel has had a steep rise and researchers there have indicated that it may be linked to waning effectiveness of COVID vaccines. What are your thoughts on that?
Yes, it's difficult to know. It depends on the vaccine to some extent. It may be related to durability. In some cases, there are going to be breakthrough infections even in vaccinated populations, and we may be picking up more of those breakthrough infections as time goes on. Importantly, most of those infections have been mild, and that's the thing that we need to understand is even though there may be breakthrough infections in vaccinated individuals, those tend to be much milder clinically.
And what else are we learning about the vaccines and other tools to fight off the virus?
Well, I think the most important thing is that regardless of the emergence of these variants, and I think we need to understand that these variants will continue to emerge until we get the number of infections globally under control. But despite the emergence of these variants, the vaccines have been shown to be pretty robust in terms of preventing either severe disease or hospitalization by variants, regardless of the vaccine.